This is the lesson 6.4, do what? So our math prompt says determine if the expressions are equivalent by evaluating for x equals negative 2/3. So what do I need to do first? I need to determine if the expressions are equivalent. And second, I need to evaluate for x equals negative 2/3. So again, anytime I have to do any math work, I'm doing it in this section. So here's what I need to use. I'm just going to divide my workspace in half. I'm going to put the negative 3, 2x plus 4 on this side, and I'm going to do the negative 6x minus 12 on this side. So I'm going to substitute in for x is negative 2/3. So I have negative 3, and then I have 2 times negative 2/3 plus 4, and I'm going to substitute over here. Negative 6 times negative 2/3 minus 12. This side's a little easier. I'm going to solve this first. Order of operations. Do I multiply or subtract first? I need to multiply. So a negative times a negative I know is a positive. So this answer right here I know is going to be positive. Now I just can multiply their absolute values. So 6 over 1 times 2/3. I can simplify and I get 4. So this piece gives me 4, but I still have minus 12. So I could change my signs. 4 plus negative 12. I know this answer is going to be negative. Signs are different. Find the difference. I get negative 8. Now I'm trying to determine if this side's also going to give me negative 8. There's more work to do on this side. So I always have to do parentheses first. But within my parentheses, do I multiply or do I add? I need to multiply first. So this piece right here, a positive times a negative, I know my answer is negative. I'm going to do this multiplication off to the side. 2 over 1 times the 2/3. I don't have to worry about the signs because I already know it's going to be negative. That gives me 4/3, which is 1 1/3. So I get negative 1 1/3 plus 4. Then I still have my times negative 3. Now I need to finish parentheses. So this answer, I have a negative plus a positive. This absolute value is bigger. I know this answer is going to be positive. My signs are different. I have to find the difference. I have to put the larger absolute value first. So it's 4 minus 1 1/3. If I have nothing, I can't take a third away. So I need to regroup. And I'm going to bring over 3/3. 3 minus 1 is 2/3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So this gives me 2 2/3. Now I still have times negative 3. Now I have a negative times a positive. I know this answer is going to be negative. So now I just need to multiply the two absolute values. So 3, I'm going to make it look like a fraction. I'm going to make this improper. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8/3. Now I'm going to simplify. Multiply across, I get 8 over 1, which is 8. Put it back in my box. And yes, I did get the same. So first I need to answer, determine if the expressions are equivalent. So all of this was really part 2. So down here I need to answer the question. Yes, the two expressions are equivalent. And I might say here, when I substitute x equals negative 2/3, I got negative 8 for both expressions. Okay, so does my answer make sense? And how do I know? Well, here's another thing I can do to check this. And okay, so we had these two expressions. If I can turn one of them into the other, then I know they're the same. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute this. Negative times a positive, negative 6x. Negative 3 times positive 4, negative 12. I was able to turn this into this. So I know they're the exact same thing. I should get the same answer. They are equivalent. So now I proved it yet another way.